Hi you guys and welcome to the stream. I am totally yep, everything is fine. Let's just transition those in. There we go. Boom. Streaming's what we do here. It's a streaming place. We stream D&D. D&D is fun. You guys should come and get involved. If you want to come and get involved, please let me know through these social links. Hi, Puddles! Congratulations! Puddles is a new mum, everybody. Well, she's pregnant, but that's the same thing. Congratulations. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, Discord, Twitter. They're places to come and play if you want to come and play. YouTube, catch up on everything. I'm behind. I'll catch up. Also, new thing. Patreon. You guys can now support us on Patreon. It gives us a more stable income and fun things everywhere. Okay, so yeah, let's go and get the guys. The magical way. So wrong camera. That's the right camera. You guys have moved around, haven't you? God damn it, you bastards. Okay, I'm bringing you in live, but I'm not happy about the camera transition. Who done it? Who done it?
Literally, do you know what? We've all been very good. No one has actually moved the camera.
Ed has stayed completely still.
Yeah. You're all in the wrong place.
Ed, now's your chance. Statues.
How is this happening?
Oh look, that means Ambly's DM.
Hello everyone.
She now has control.
I'm gonna let's
I'm
Ambly.
looking at Ali.
Oh,
I think
Ambly.
it was Ali. Ali's now last in the queue, so that means she was the last person who disconnected.
I haven't disconnected.
Well,
Did
Pull
turn
me
off
out.
the camera though.
I'm calling you out 100%. Anyway, this is a Necromancer's Wish. This is run by Alice. Alice is our DM. She's amazing. She's also my wife, and she's beautiful. Do you want to do players first? You first? What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna say hi because Ali is gonna do the recap. But yeah, nice to see everyone again on our lovely weekly basis. Mondays keep me going. I love these. I'm hoping for some heavy role play in this session. So yeah, and go ahead. So who is it? Let's go Ambly because you are to my right.
Hello, I'm Ambly. I play Ina Silver, the half-elf fighter. She is currently on a quest to bring back her brother's body, I guess. He's a cat for now, but she's gonna fix it. She's gonna save everyone. And she just met her long lost father, so that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, she's fighting. She's badass, punch people in the face and look cool. Well, she does it. Over to Ed.
Over to Ed. Which way?
I don't know.
I play Rasilian Elif, the Dragonborn cleric. The only one who's not related. I'm not joking, giggles. You might be. His church is doing bad stuff, but he haven't lost his goddess at least. But the church is going down. And Adam.
Transition.
Look at that pose.
Aylar Galanadal. Smooth talking, ship stealing, better than Cerise. Extraordinaire. I coast through life, occasionally being killed, but mostly surviving and refusing help from anyone, and any gifts which have been bestowed upon me are completely not welcome.
Not necessary.
Even if they are uncanny dodge. I think you already know everything you need to know about his character. He's a smooth talker. He's
Scraps.
performer. He's persuasion. He's deception.
He's not gelled his hair.
Not gelled his hair. Ali.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ali. I'm playing Charisse Pevensey, or Charlotte Pevensey, take your pick. She is a undead skeletal sorcerer with a kind of a dark past, and with that dark past, we've learned that she has actually rid herself of all of her memories, and we don't know the reason yet. So, so she's a bit sort of she pretends that she's up and posh when actually she's a little bit more sensitive than she really is, but I guess we'll get into that in the actual session today. So do you want me to do the recap?
Yes, please.
No problem. Okay, so me and my recaps are going for about 3 years, so I'm going to try very hard to keep this short. Okay, guys, so where we picked off, last time, everybody, it turned out that our heroes, aside from Charisse, had woken up and they'd actually been taken by slavers and put in the nearby town's sort of slaving cells and such to be sold and shipped off to the highest bidder. Charisse, on the other hand, had fallen unconscious, unfortunately, and woken up to find all of her party missing and set out with Fen to try and find them. Along the way, Ina tried a very daring prison rescue. Literally, this woman would not give up. I don't understand. Like, did you bite someone, or was that Izzy?
Yeah,
Head-butted
You
someone.
bit someone, you headbutted someone, you broke someone's nose, she didn't stop, basically, guys. I mean, that's Ina for you. She's brilliant. She didn't give up. And she got bought by a very suspicious but also very familiar man who was then revealed to be Ina and thus Alar's father. And so a bit of tension there. However, Alar is actually unaware that they have met his father. But Ina knows. Ina knows all. After sort of meeting up with Charisse, Ina and Charisse and Fen went to go rescue Ayla and Rathlian, as well as Izzy and Anston, who were there trying to get out themselves because they hadn't been sold. They were making their way through this gigantic mansion, freeing another bunch of kids. Ayla once again recruited a very small army of children, which he used to attack people. They busted through doors. There was a beautiful moment where Ina charged towards the door just as Ayla opened it, causing Ina to sort of fly through off into the distance and never to be seen again. No. And then basically all came to one cumulative battle with the slaver boss, whereupon we unfortunately lost our dear monk, priest, person, Anston, who just loved books and loved learning and wanted to help. And I think you said last week, this is several days later. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So over to you, lovely DM.
Okay, right, everyone.
Before we get stuck in,
Mm-hmm.
Ali has a nat 20 thanks to Tas Chap who donated, but also Puddles who decided which one it would be.
I love you guys. So is that just one nat 20?
One nat 20, and back to you, Alice. Sorry.
Okay, right. Let's do this. Okay, so it's been 3 days since Anston's death, and Genlar has taken you all to a house, quite a large house, on the other side of the island. And there's quite obviously a melancholy feel going on. No one is feeling great. And the weather and the surroundings seem to be reflecting this. This fairly large wooden building is sitting on the edge of a shore. And in the distance, the sky is darkening. And the ocean is eerily still. From behind the house, what separates the house from the village is a huge forest. You are very isolated at the moment. And Genlar dropped you all off here before disappearing briefly, promising to return. And so we find our group in a house that's being warmed by a fire in the hearth. And Fen is regularly out of the house visiting Anston's grave. You guys buried him not far from the shore, and it's still very, very raw. Izzy is standing on a stool. He is stirring a pot with some sort of stew in it. And Taryn is curled up by the fire. So what are you all doing?
Sorry, just to ruin the mood a bit. What happened with the small child army?
Child army, Genlar handed over to one of the orphanages that he knows personally and privately to reunite them with their own parents, because these children were stolen. They were not orphans.
Okay, cool. So we don't have like a child army in the cottage?
I'm afraid not.
Hard for that child army. I worked hard for
I'm
it.
sure they are proud of you.
They're proud of
So
themselves as well.
Charisse is probably going to be actually standing outside the house, probably just sort of staring at the ocean and sort of keeping. Obviously, she understands where he's going, but she's keeping a watchful eye on sort of Fen and the forest line beyond the house.
On the forest line, you see the woods is quite dense. And as I said, the sky is drawing darker and cloudier. The beach itself, so on the shoreline, there is a sort of like a shingly beach, but everything feels very cold. This is not a happy moment.
So are we waiting for Genlar to return?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
What are you guys up to in the house? How are you feeling? What are you doing whilst you wait?
I think I'm gonna sit and meditate / pray actually.
Yeah? In the house, or are you
the
taking
house.
yourself aside? Okay. There are other rooms on the house. You've got one big communal room with a huge table in that you've been eating at and talking over for 3 days. Like I said, there's a huge hearth with a stew pot hanging over the center. And there are bedrooms and almost like a bathroom type area further down a corridor.
Okay, I think Ina would actually go with maybe go out from the cottage and just talk to Taryn, like chill under a tree or something close by and just talk to Taryn, even if he's a cat.
Just talk at him.
Yeah, talk at him and so we met father. That's cool. Right? And sort of like that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he's like meowing back.
Yeah.
But you have no idea what he's actually saying.
Yeah.
But he's sort of cuddled up to you whilst you've propped yourself up under the tree.
Yeah, just having.
And you see Charisse wandering, probably looking out over everything.
Yeah.
How about Aylar? What's Aylar up to?
Aylar's probably going to be more frustrated than anything else. He might attempt to comfort someone who seems more upset about what's his name's death. But mostly he's concerned about this strange person that offered him a deal and didn't seem to take no for an answer. So he'll probably be pensively sitting somewhere, perhaps curled up, doing a lot of beard stroking.
I got a question as well then. Is your student still with us?
Is he?
Izzy is at the stew pot. He is cooking. He seems to have grown not more distant, but he is quieter at the moment. He's distancing himself from all of you. Not so much Aylar. Like he keeps walking over to Aylar and checking. Like he's okay, but then he'll walk away again.
And when he does, I'll like tussle his hair or take his hand for a moment or do something to just let him know that I'm okay. But I probably won't talk to him.
He just smiles and keeps up with whatever he's doing. So, as you guys are all doing your bits or whatever, Fen is not here. Fen is out at the grave and he is spending most of his time wandering the shores. He is not himself at all. You see a figure you recognize return to the house with his wide-brimmed hat on and his cloak. And he doesn't say much upon entrance. He pulls up a stool next to the fire by Izzy and sighs and just sits down.
At this point, upon seeing him enter the house, I'll probably have followed after him. I'll give the sort of tree line one last glance before sitting, taking a seat almost opposite him on another chair, if possible.
It will probably be slightly more off to the side.
Yeah,
He's facing into the fire. He doesn't acknowledge you down necessarily. If anything, he's just watching Izzy stir the pot over and over.
At this, I'm probably gonna enter as well.
Okay.
With Tara with me.
He trots along behind you. You hear again, last sigh again. He takes a bowl and he takes a ladle and he serves up some stew and indicates to Izzy that it's for him and to go and sit down at the table, and he'll take over stirring from here.
I sort of glance over at Ina and sort of, has Ven said anything to you?
No, he's been quite quiet these couple of days.
I mean, that's understandable. The poor man.
Yeah.
It would be childish to hope that this never happens, but I suppose in times like this, we could all use a little childishness, I suppose. And I kind of rub almost sort of, my hand ghosts over the area where my arm used to be and sort of pat the empty material.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. There's so much to say and ask, and I don't know where to start.
The beginning is always a wonderful place, dear. But I suppose we all have a different beginning, don't we?
Yeah. I suppose. Maybe it start with you, Genla, and she looked at Genla.
Genla doesn't look back at you, but he just says, I was out securing a boat and supplies. I'm sorry I was away for so long. It is a boat I have gained from a friend, and he asked no questions, but from speaking to Anston last time, it seems we need to finish crossing the Amber Sea. This is something I was at the beginning, and I want to see it through. Castile and Inoxi will not be joining us. I will not take anyone else unnecessarily to this location. Now, would everyone like something to eat?
Yeah, I would love to.
He sort of stands up, just sort of flicks his hat aside and brushes off his cloak, and he just starts serving up stew and indicates for people to either sit down or he passes it around. And Izzy is shoveling it into his mouth and sort of looking very hopeful for a second portion, which he does get.
I will interrupt my whatever you want to call it and eat as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take one bowl, as if it was possibly meant for me, put it on the side, and take a small sort of bit of material and lay it over the top, waiting just for Fen, and just pop it on the side, and sort of turn over to get away to Genlar and sort of. So, provided Fen is better, when are we to depart?
I want to do it by night. And I want to do it tonight. We have very, very little time, as I'm sure you saw from outside. That
Yes.
is not the normal weather we have in these normally sunny parts.
Yeah, but
of the
what is it?
North. It is the encroaching darkness. It's the world splitting and mirroring the other side. So we need to move quickly, because I believe that means he has moved quickly and could be ahead of us.
What is it that he wants?
Yeah. It depends who you're talking about. There are 3 people in this that are going to cause us problems. So we must be on our guard.
And those 3 are?
We have the very well known, very our celebrity, the Necromancer. I have met him before, not a pleasant chap. There is, of course, and he looks over to Arathlian and sort of almost like makes eye contact, like I'm sorry. He's like, there's the church, and something much darker that I'm not too sure what is. However, I believe we're running out of time, and I believe they are encroaching on us faster than I anticipated. In fact, I did not anticipate this for at least another 50 years. So I'm a little taken by surprise.
Okay. Well, maybe I should go and find Fen, so we can prepare.
If he doesn't want to be found, he will not be found. He will turn up. He will. If it gets much darker, then I will come with you, and we will try and find him.
We are very few here. I understand that I understand there are not many allies in this world at the moment, but
it is good that we are few. We pass under the radar far more easily.
That is correct, but in terms of a fight, especially against our multitude of enemies, is there anyone else we may call upon for aid?
There are people along the way. I'm sure I will. If I see them, I will gather them up. But I will also not pull anyone into this willingly, unless I must. We will be fine. We will be absolutely fine. And he sort of says it almost like, he says it quite firmly. But eat up, because we will be absolutely no use to anyone with empty bellies. And he starts pouring like a beer or something, just a simple pale ale. And without thinking, just sort of pushes over to Izzy anyway.
Ina goes like, I can take that one, thank you.
Izzy had already sniffed it and was just like, like he didn't
Okay, great.
like the smell of it anyway.
Ina takes it.
Okay.
Oh god.
As Warathlian sits down at the table on the stool, because he's quite large, you hear a massive creak and like the table tips up one end slightly.
Trees places her hand on the other side and just kind of leans against it.
Careful, I don't want to find another place to eat.
It's quite all right. Look, if everyone's here, I suppose I'll resume watch outside. It's always kind to be careful, I suppose. And with that, Sharice will head out the door again and just resume.
Shout if you see anything, and
Of course.
I mean anything, good or bad.
Of course. And with one more dip of her head, Sharice sort of heads outside and quietly closes the door behind her.
So what is our plan after our sailing trip?
The boat I have acquired for this is on the northern part of the island. So we will move to the northern part after dark. I will not have them finding this house, because I believe we are already being traced and tracked, and I want to give them as little information as possible. So when nightfall comes, we move. And we will probably have one night camping, but then by early morning we will be at the shore and we can load the boat. I have all the necessary supplies we need. At the moment it is sit back, probably not relax, but eat something. If you want to sleep. If you want to just kill time doing something, then...
Is there anything else at all that we might need? I could use a task to keep my hands busy.
Not hugely. Matthias, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Okay. Well.
Well, about that.
Oh, I know it's a fake name, my dear. I just don't know his real one.
Maybe you should ask.
And I was like, if he does not wish to reveal it to me, I will not of it. I mean, you all offered him mine, otherwise I would have used my own fake name.
What is your fake name?
My fake name, but took me a while to choose it, and I really did like it, and that was Tobias Starford. So I was quite proud of that one.
Tobias Starport is a ridiculous name.
Yes. So is Matthias. And not only that, who sells ice peppers?
It's a lot more believable than
I actually-
Starfinder or whatever you said.
I actually bought
Ice
one,
peppers.
and I show him my ice pepper that I bought from Ayla.
He picks up the ice pepper, which is shriveled a little bit, like so it looks like when you dry out chilies, and he sort of sniffs it, and he's like, "Well,
I want to keep. I want to keep it.
At
yeah,
least,
okay." So Ina, like, really almost like secretly tries to shuffle it back off the table into her pocket.
Yeah, like,
at least I can hand you the things that make up my fake identity. Can you hand me a star?
Star. It doesn't mean I sell stars. Is your name Matthias Ice Pepper? I don't think so. Have you given him a false name yet? And he sort of gestures over to Izzy.
That is for him to decide.
I suppose you're right. Izzy, do you have any idea on what you would like to be called? And Izzy just stares at him. He's still quite scared of Genlar, because his only experience of Genlar was striking down all of those soldiers and then a very horrific event that happened after that. So Izzy just shuffles closer to Ayla and, trying to be confident, takes out his little dagger and puts it in front of him, almost like a warning.
So Ayla will just gently take the dagger and just push it down. Never straight to violence. The tongue is always faster than the sword.
But he's fast at both.
So am I, Izzy.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Yet. That is why you are my apprentice.
Okay.
Learn to use the tongue and the sword will follow. They're nearly the same instrument. Both can cut.
Both can hurt.
Both can hurt.
Oh, so you'll teach me how to do that?
When you're ready.
Okay. So as you guys all sit around this table eating and drinking, is there anything you want to specifically talk about or discuss before you guys
yes.
move on?
Yes. Okay. So, I've been waiting for a moment or opportunity to talk to you guys about this, but I haven't had any good opportunities, so this might be now or never, basically. When we were in the town and the dragon attacked, it it didn't attack me, and
Hang on. A dragon.
yes.
Like, and Genlar looks over at the others as if to be like, just double checking if this is true.
Okay.
It is.
Yes.
See.
Dragons are returning, and they spoke to me about that I have been calling them, and that some of the dragons must be destroyed.
This is okay. So who told you this?
The dragon.
Excuse me.
Yes. It spoke to me and said that the riders must return. Any ideas?
Well, dragons, I assume you know, are seen as almost like the guardians of the gate. Riders wise, though, they're many, many years ago when I myself constructed the gates. There was a select group of people that had a bond, had a relationship with dragons that enabled them themselves to become guardians of the gates. I'd never say they called them the riders because they did ride the dragons. However, they did not own the dragons. It was a partnership. But they are all gone. After the war, they all disappeared.
So why are they returning?
I don't know. If anything, it indicates to me some other rumors that I have been hearing that he is obviously returned, that we know, but perhaps another war is coming, which is most unsettling.
When we met Elif and the goddess,
Yes.
they more or less made me, or told me to become a guardian of the gate.
Interesting. Especially because of your... And he sort of looks Warathian up and down.
Heritage.
Yes, intriguing. I'm sorry if I do not have many answers for you.
I wouldn't assume you did.
Well,
I did not expect my daughter, a dragonborn, and the rest of the company you keep to just drop into my lap, effectively, I'm afraid.
Oh, you mean my brothers, and I take Taron with me, and I put an arm over Ayla and like.
Subtle.
Genlar's just, if anything, he's just looking confused because you've also just said you speak to dragons. He's sort of like, yes, like, and he's mainly looking at Taron. He's not necessarily. He's like, and
I'll push Orphina's arm and be like, not right now, sister.
sister, how?
Oh come on, you
Did she
you get it.
remarry? Did she remarry?
Ayla Galanadel at your service, sister to Ina Silva through our father. Unknown.
Gayla Silver. Genla. Gayla. The shipping name.
Okay. So you are, and he looks over to Ayla, he's like, so you are my firstborn.
How many else do you have?
3. I just have 3.
Cool.
I suppose it's wonderful to meet you. I did not give you that name. However, I am glad you have chosen such a strong one. So I am pleased to meet you, Ayla. and he looks very awkward right now. Like, Genlar is confident in everything, and he is not confident or comfortable right now. And as he said, he's like, this is not the name I gave you, but I will do well to remember the one you have.
I'm curious, what name did you give him?
Well, we kept his mother's last name for him. His name was Tobias Starfort.
Ayla just gets up and leaves.
Okay, so Zayla left the room. Like, from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't look impressed the whole time, especially when he said his firstborn.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
Okay, as he leaves the room, he turns
Doing
to...
that?
No, but thank you very much, Izzy DeWolf, for the subscription. You get a Nat 20 or a Nat 1 to grant to whoever you wish. And thank you also for the 100 bits, which he grants to give Izzy an advantage.
Fuck the rest of us, right?
Yeah, easy get all the advantages.
It's his namesake.
Yeah. As Aylar leaves, Genlar turns to look at the others and goes, I'm really sorry, I can't help myself. His name is not Tobias Starfort at all. I named him Aylar. So, but he didn't like my name, and I didn't like that he didn't like the name. But people react strangely when they find out new information.
Yeah, when you bought your daughter for slavery.
I did not know that. And he's very much like, I had no intention of you being a slave. Do you see any slaves in my house?
I know. Why did you buy the person that made a guard like bleed from his nose? Like, why did you buy?
Because I like the attitude.
I would have crushed you.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
I would have.
No, okay.
Old
We'll
man.
decide this at another time.
Absolutely.
Izzy
So-
Izzy DeWolf's Nat 20 goes to Ambly.
Thank you.
No, the advantage.
No.
Oh, no,
it's this-
sorry.
Yep.
Okay, natural 20.
I'll stay quiet.
So what is Aylar doing as he's left the room?
Walking away.
No, but have you left the room to go outside the house, or have you just left?
Yep.
Okay.
Sod that as human prick. He's walking.
Okay.
So I suppose that I've just sort of seen him. Charisse is sort of leaning a little bit against the building, and his sort of the door shut, and Aylar sort of pass her and sort of, oh, everything all right?
Just dandy. Thank you, Tash Chap, for the Nat 1 for Ayla.
Obviously.
All right. Well, do you want to talk about it?
Do you know what, Cerise? That is actually a very, very kind offer, and I greatly appreciate it, but not at the moment. I'm likely to speak in anger, and I'd rather just take a walk.
Absolutely, but... And sort of Charisse kind of pauses, kind of tilting her skull, trying to find the words, and sort of... I know we may have quipped at each other, but it is in my best interest to see every single member of this party safe. And that does include you.
Cerise, I have always known that though your words can be barbed, you are armless, really.
Charisse pauses very quietly and sort of goes,
Snap.
I have one arm left, and do not think I will not beat you over the head with it if you say that again, Galanadel. And then she just kind of points with her only arm and goes, go on then, I see you're back to your old ways.
Charisse, do you need a hand?
And with that,
Is that Ina leaning out a window to join in?
with that, Sharice just kind of whips off the hood from her, so her skull is like shining in the moonlight, and she whips her skull around, face the wind, and goes, "You know what, Ina? Yes, actually. Do you want to go and dive to the bottom of the ocean and fetch my arm? Thank you for that, by the way.
You're not very humorous.
I'm going right. You know what?" And she turns back to Ayla. "You know what? Sod that. I retract my previous statement. You can all go to hell. Screw the lot of you. I don't care whether you live or die."
I'd like to say, whilst Ina is hanging out of the window, Izzy is sort of there with a bowl of stew, just eating and munching and watching as all this happens.
Is there so obviously I've got my rapier at my side.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like an umbrella stand or anything like that with a spare rapier in it?
Not really. You could probably find an old one that's not well used. Maybe it's got more of a significance of what it was. But yeah, there is a second one there, albeit maybe a little bit rusty.
I'll pick that up and shout to Izzy.
He's just like, yeah, like as he's got a mouthful of stew.
Eat up, it's time to learn.
Oh, and he literally just shovels in, and then he sort of looks at Ina, sort of like, "Can you give me a boost?" Like, to basically help him out the window.
She will give him the most boostiest boost there
Oh
is.
God, he's got a
Ina's going. Izzy's going to go into the atmosphere.
Could you
We're
roll
gonna have-
strength, please?
Yes, I can.
First roll of the game. Come on.
Come on.
We're going to
Wait.
have Planet Izzy orbiting our world now.
16.
Hey!
You
that's all right.
help him out. He doesn't stumble at all. It's almost like you pick him up by the arms and lift him over and put him out the other side. And he stumbles a little bit, but rushes over to Ayla.
Ayla will be testing the balance on the rusty sword.
Yeah, it seems pretty good apart from it being rusty. That's literally it. And it's not the whole thing is rusty. It's like around the handle and at the joint.
Hmm. He will take his rapier from his, No, he'll just walk for a bit. He'll get some distance from the house. He wants to be alone. He'll just
While
walk.
this is. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, he'll just walk with Izzy at his side.
Okay.
While he's gone, Sharice has sort of pulled her hood back on and sort of swept back into the house now that someone else, and knowing Ayla, keeping an eye out, she knows if anything's going to go down, they'll know. And she kind of eyes Genla, looking significantly more chatty than when she left. And she kind of glides over to him and sort of inclines her head. Genla,
Yes.
may we talk?
He literally holds out a hand to offer the stool opposite.
And with that,
Sorry, just quickly. What is Warathlian doing at this point? Are you still sat at the table eating, or
Yes,
yeah? Okay, so
I got a big belly.
yeah, you keep on going.
she kind of looks around the room and hesitates, because obviously there's still two people in it. She hesitates and then sits down very quietly in the stool and sort of, I want to express my gratitude, first and foremost, for allowing us all of this help. Your family ties aside to Ina, I am very grateful. However, we both know that we have a history, a lifetime ago. And
Not a detailed history.
no, but my memory is blocky.
I know.
Then I must ask for your aid. Unfortunately, I do not wish to be a burden, but all other attempts have fallen upon other deaf ears.
What is it you need me to do?
I would like to know the complete and utter truth. I understand what I... And look at that, she looks around the room and kind of lowers her voice a bit. I understand what I did to Sharice,
Yes.
but But why? Everything is patchy, like I'm missing key fragments from the puzzle. All I remember is that you were there, lying in blood, hurt, and he was there,
Yes,
telling
it
you
hurt
that
quite a bit.
he was there telling you it was all your fault, but that is all I can remember.
I still have a bit of a twitch, even when I move my arm from that.
He has contacted me since, and
Who has contacted you since?
I dare not speak his name, but
Speak it. There's no point being afraid of it if he's already here.
that is true. The grinning man, I believe.
What about this grinning man?
He was there that
Was he?
day. He was the doctor, was it?
The doctor, oh.
And
Yes.
Marcus, I believe. And
Who is Marcus?
was he not the doctor? He was the doctor that I thought was just a doctor, but actually was the grinning man.
Oh, you mean Magnus? You mean
Magnus, damn it. I knew
Okay,
it began with
sorry.
an M, sorry. He has since told me that I was wanting to become his apprentice to...
So, Charisse or Charlotte or whatever you want me to call you, who told you what? Magnus or the grinning man?
They are one and the same.
No, they are not.
But he said... and with
And
that,
you
she
trust him.
She places her hands on her skull, and this is it. Trust is so... I need the truth. I have asked elves of mystical wisdom. I have asked goddesses and those with magical powers, and still I receive no answer. I have been told by many that this is my fault, and from what I have seen and from what I remember, I take that burden, but the pieces of the puzzle are still empty for the most part. I don't understand why you were there.
Because I created the gates. I am the architect.
And I killed...
You and he, Magnus, you, his apprentice, wished to throw them open, and I decided to stop you. You must remember more.
I cannot. I simply remember you lying there. My sister dead. Magnus shouting.
That was a very awkward situation, and a very sad one at that. She was a very nice girl.
I don't remember.
She was very good to me, in fact. So...
You knew her?
Yes, of course I did.
How?
I knew you all. Not, can I say, well, I knew your sister more. She was a very kind lady. She herself grew up to become a healer, as much as she didn't survive very long.
How did you know her?
She helped my wife give birth to our first son, and took him to a safe place before I could place him in someone else's care.
I didn't... There's
You
so
didn't
much.
what?
I didn't know. I don't
course you
remember.
didn't. You don't remember much at all from the seams of it.
May I ask, what was I like before this? Before I took my own memory, before I turned myself into this abomination that you see before you?
Ambitious is what I'd say. You were ambitious and determined.
I see.
Something I believe you have carried over.
I want to stop him, if that's what you mean. I don't know what life or death I have ahead of me, but As long as I am here, and I cast another look towards the room, and as long as I am here and that my bones still work together, I want to keep not only these people safe, but I want to try and undo the wrongs that I have caused.
Well, first of all, to start undoing the wrongs you have caused, stop dwelling on it. Get on with it. Don't you think?
No, you are quite right. I've heard that advice before, but in the back of my mind, I always needed the puzzle to be complete before I could move on from it. You understand?
Well, whatever happens, he is coming back. He is back, and we need to stop him from doing what he's doing. So I suggest you start there with all of us.
I'm sure he's
Stop
kind of
trying to recover your memories. If anything, they will ail you. All I can tell you is that this, and he gestures to like your skeleton form, is it? Was your own spell gone wrong? I witnessed it.
I have been told, yes.
But it is what you have been dealt. So deal with it.
Oh, I have dealt with the skeletal form, I assure you. But one last question, and then I understand I've taken enough of your time. And she kind of bows her head a little respectfully. And am I a danger to anyone here?
If you want to be, yes. Do you want to be a danger?
No, but
Well, then there you go. Then I think that's rather obvious, don't you? Like, and he sort of looks like, what a stupid question. But you will meet Magnus again, I'm sure of it. He started off as a rather wonderful thing, but trauma comes to us all and makes people do stupid things. I mean, you did a very stupid thing, and here we are. But that's the way of life. That's the way things go. So, as I said before, deal with it.
thank you. I apologize for taking up your time.
No need to apologize. I've got plenty of time. I've got at least another couple of hours to kill.
And with that, Sharice kind of rises from her chair, gives not only Genlar, but also the inhabitants of the room one nod, and then returns to her position out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, father.
Yes.
What?
Daughter.
Where have you been?
Here. Around.
For 40 years?
Yes. Not always in the past, Isles. We had a bit of a problem. I've been around. I saw your 5th birthday. I did see. You did not know me as your father then, but I was there. And then I realized I could not dwell in that land any longer, so...
Why?
And he sort of like takes a sit back. He doesn't really look at her, and he says, not to be cliche or anything, but I was being tracked and I had to keep you safe. You and your brother and your mother.
Tracked from what exactly?
From the Necromancer. You can never really kill a Necromancer. It's kind of a thing he does. He can bring other people back. He can... Yes. If the darkness follows... One of the times when we were very happy, I think you'd just been born, I noticed some unwanted visitors started appearing around the estate and in the forest. And I moved you. And then as I did, I led them to a different location. They followed me out. So I kept moving. And then I killed them, but of course then they just keep on coming because apparently it has an inexhaustible supply of crazy madmen.
Okay. Did she know?
Did who know?
Did my mother know?
The reason I went.
Yeah, anything where you were, what you were
She
doing.
did not know where I was, but she did know why. I'm sorry, this is information new to you.
Yeah.
But it is the safest way. And as much as my son, Aylar, at the moment, does not favor me, like me, and probably hates me, it was a very similar reason I left him. It was soon after the war that we had Aylar, and to keep him safe. There was an accident and we had to keep him safe, so the only way to do that was to give him a new life.
At the
And I
street?
believed he was not meant to be left there. He was left at an orphanage and he was meant to be rehomed. But the stubborn bastard he is seems to have run away from it. And he sort of smiles and laughs at that, but he's just like, I did not expect you all to meet up. To be fair, I felt that when I met your mother, I would stop being tracked, that I could leave that world behind. I figured I'd lived long enough for them to get bored after laying low for so many years. And I hadn't. And they found me again.
But you do remember Taran?
I do remember Taran. He said, and he sort of looks down at the cat and how you'd ruffle like a boy's hair. He sort of does like a little scratch on top of Taran's head.
Yeah, we ran into a little accident a couple of years ago. It was how it was a long time ago. We were only teens, and he found
the stone.
Yeah.
Yes. I did sense that that was something that may happen.
What is it?
Well, it's a very old artifact. I believe they were trying to work something out. These people that it was like putting a tracker or a tracer on him, and due to his magical ability, it seems to have backfired and done something rather odd as Taran jumps up on Genlar's lap. It seems to have done something rather odd to him. Something very reversible. We just have to be in the right place at the right time. So
where and when?
We need to travel across the Amber Seas for this. And we need to be there, and that is where we are going.
Okay, great. Let's go. Wait. Ina sort of stands up and let's go. Wait a minute. And sort of, so she actually takes it out, like this rock, the tracker.
Yes.
From whom?
From the men that's in the forest. His men, is what I assume. I mean, it's not going to be... It wasn't someone giving you a present, so...
Yeah. So they are tracking us now?
No. For some reason you are voiding it.
How do you know?
They're not here.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Taran, let's go. We're moving out.
Okay, so Taran hops off of Genlar's lap, and Warathlian, what are you doing right now?
I would assume I haven't finished eating at least, and
oh, well, you can keep going if you want.
Aren't we supposed to wait for Fen before we leave there, Ina?
Oh, we'll get him on the way. Let's go.
Do you know where he is?
The cover of darkness, my dear. We must wait for then. Why don't you go and pack your things from your room or wash up or something?
I packed everything, and she takes out her shield and sword.
Okay, well, Then perhaps a lie down. We will leave in the next hour at the earliest.
She goes out and keep an eye out for Fen. She's like
Okay.
searching
So,
for him.
Ayla, what are you up to?
Now, Izzy. Sword play is all about gentle fingers and staying light on your toes.
Have you handed him the sword?
I have handed him a sword.
Okay, he's like trying to work it.
I handed Izzy my sword so that I take the rusty one.
Okay.
Now you'll notice that that blade is real metal, Izzy. Fear it. You should fear it. You do not want me to touch you, and you do not want to touch me. We are merely sparring.
So, aren't I supposed to poke the pointy end into the other man?
That is like saying... That is like saying conversations are just opening your mouth and making noises. No one will understand unless you learn to control them, vocalize them. Then you can influence people, make friends.
So
Lie.
you can influence people with this.
This is purely for your self-defense.
Because we don't kill people.
Exactly. It's also a very good way to discipline the body. A good way to get into that exercise that you will need as you grow older.
Okay. So then what do I do with it? Do I just swing it about?
No. Stand next to me. And I'll get him to stand just in front of me. Now, look at the way I'm standing.
Yeah.
Now,
And he sort of shifts where he is.
try and copy it with your feet. And
He does. His foot isn't quite turned out as well as yours, but he's trying.
I'll come up, put my hand on his shoulders and just be like, look, shoulders square so that there is less of a target to you. Now, just gonna kick his foot straight. That foot straight, this foot facing slightly forwards. So the momentum is always heading towards your opponent. But be ready to spring back on that front foot.
Okay. And then I poke the pointy end into the other man.
That is just drill one, but yes, we will
okay.
begin there. And I'll be showing him the intricacies of how he dips his sword and extends his elbow at the same time.
Okay.
And you see the way
so-
you spring forward with the back leg, and then come back into your
And he's
guard
just
stance.
like this, and he jumps forward. He stumbles a little bit, but he does manage it.
A little bit less energy. You do not want to commit too much to your attack.
Always at the balance.
Keep your balance.
And he's sort of like jumping on his toes a little bit. He's got a lot of energy. He's buzzing.
He's a kid.
And he just keeps repeating everything you do whilst making like swooshing noises every single time he moves the blade. He's like... So...
No, none of that. No fancy business. Try fancy
But you
business.
make it look fancy.
I promise you I do not. I only perform the necessary moves at the necessary time.
Oh.
Some of them moves look fancy, but I assure you they are necessary. You do the fancy work with your mouth, Ayla.
Oh. Okay.
AK taunting them.
So Izzy spends the time just repeating the stance and the way you move, and he copies everything you are doing. And so, are you near the forest line? Whereabouts did you go for this?
We'll probably be in the forest, I think.
You're going to be in the forest. Okay.
And I'll probably pick out a good tree
Mm-hmm.
and maybe break some branches off it so that we could have a go at some light sparring together.
Okay.
Really, really light leafy trees.
Yeah. So it's more of a slap than or anything else.
More of a slap, but also...
Yeah. Well, you see that he is actually quite a quick learner. He spins and moves and jumps out of the way, much like you.
No
He
spinning.
seems to-
No spinning.
And he sort of, every time you say no spinning, he's a bit like, oh, like, as if
I'll
little
tell you what, Izzy. I will show you why. Take up your guard stance against me with your leaf.
he does so.
Now, come at me.
And he sort of looks at you like almost like, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he does like a and he literally just full blown runs towards you.
Mm-hmm. And as he runs towards me, just like a kid, I'm just going to turn his blade so that he just goes herring past me and falls over.
He does. He crashes straight to the floor.
Now.
And he sort of quickly stands back up, brushes himself off, and he was just like, can we do that again?
Izzy, take a moment. What did you do wrong?
I ran at you.
Did we do any running in our practicing?
No.
Now, have you ever seen me run at anyone?
I think I've seen you run away once, but that's because we didn't want to kill anyone.
Exactly. Running is for getting away. A valuable lesson there. Not for attacking. Attacking is done up close. Preferably when people don't know it's coming.
Okay. So...
And only as a last resort.
If I practice this all the time, I'll get as good as you.
I promise.
Okay.
But,
and he looks really confused.
but, for every second you spend practicing the sword, you must spend twice as long practicing your tongue. You must learn different accents, learn different ways of persuading people, figure out how to spot the little tells in their eyes, which will let you know the things they're trying to hide, and the things...
But how will I learn that? And what kind of accents?
Sit down. Let's play a little game.
Okay, and he just flops down onto the floor.
We're going to play a game called 2 Lies and 1 Truth.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you 2 lies and 1 true thing, and you have to let me know which one of them is the truth.
Okay. So only one's a truth?
Only one is a truth.
Okay.
I am 350 years old.
Okay.
I first met a child your age when I was around 152.
Okay.
The old Thieves Guild used to kill for sport.
Well... Well, I know you're old, because Ina said you're old. And you said that we don't kill people, so they wouldn't have killed people. And you twitch in your left eye when you lie.
I did this round.
What?
Well done, you spotted the tell. I twitched when I lied. It's not I exaggerating it slightly, but you'll be surprised how many people have tells when they're talking.
So people twitch when they lie?
Sometimes. Some twitch, some look down, some look up.
So
Some
I've just got
glance,
to learn...
ever so slightly.
I just got to learn what makes people twitch.
A good person to practice bit with would be Warathlian.
Why? Does he twitch?
No, he's a dragonborn. He hardly has any facial features. It's so much harder to tell when he's lying or not.
Okay. So...
For the next couple of weeks,
No, because
try...
he's the man of the faith. He shouldn't lie.
Of course. So in the next couple of weeks, your aim is to try and catch Warathlian in a lie.
Okay. So he does lie.
Maybe.
But Dragonborns don't twitch, so I've got to find another way of finding it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do Dragonborns do?
Well,
Do
that's...
they-
If I
do they
told you
wink?
everything, Izzy, it wouldn't be a game, would it?
Okay.
Then it'd be a lesson, and I'd hate to lecture you. I'm sure you're perfectly smart enough to figure this out on your own.
I am.
Now then, how about we have another go with the swords?
Okay. And as you step up and start teaching with the swords again, you hear a voice behind you. You already sense the person coming behind you, and he's just like, "You're very good at that." And Fen steps out from the woods and sort of plonks himself down, like he's sort of sitting on his knees and watching you both.
Never too young to start training them. And I'm hoping now that Izzy is taking proper stance and trying to attack me with proper stances.
Oh, he is. He's learning very, very quickly.
So I'll let him prod me with the stick in the chest so that he can get used to the striking action.
When he does, he's sort of like, oh, like,
Look,
I didn't hurt you, did I?
it's just a leaf, Izzy. Look, and I'll just slap him with the leaf on the face.
he's just like,
Oh, okay.
and you can hear Fen laughing. And Fen stands and says, "Do you think we should head back to the house? It is starting to get dark. And I'd like something to eat before I go. I mean, by all means, stay out here and train some more. But just let me know."
Izzy, what do you think? Would you rather stay out here and learn to train in the dark? It's so much harder to fight when you can't see. Or would you rather go back and get some food?
And Izzy looks kind of ashamed, but he's sort of like,
Well, it did work up a little bit of an appetite. I'm sorry, we can stay and train a bit longer if you want.
Go on, Izzy. Go and get some food. I'll join you shortly.
he skips off.
I'll catch up then.
No problem. I'll keep an eye on him. He's already going in the wrong direction, so I'm going to go and correct that now. And you see Fen run off towards Izzy.
I'm teaching him thievery, not directions.
He should probably know this. Like, his Fen keeps going after him.
And Aylar will... Do you know what? It's been a few days. Aylar's probably going to try and, like, just exercise some of his skills. He's going to hop up a tree to practice his second-story climbing and start leaping from bough to bough and just generally getting his muscles going and practicing the movements that he uses so commonly.
Okay, so you do so. And what we will do, we will jump back to the house. The others, Charisse, as you're sat outside, Fen gives you a little wave, and he's got Izzy under his arm, not in a sort of maternal way, as in he is under his arm walking into the house.
I start off with a kind of a happy little wave to glad to see him, and then I kind of freeze when I see him like under his arm. My skull just kind of
Izzy like waves back at you as he's walking past.
She's just sort of hello, and then just resumes her gaze out.
So as Fen and Izzy enter into the house, and Izzy is plonked down by Fen, who Izzy then immediately scoops up another bowl and starts shoveling food back into his mouth. He is quite covered. He's covered in like little scratches where he's been running through the undergrowth, where he face planted the ground earlier, and he's a little bit mucky. And Fen walks over to Genlar and rests a hand on his shoulder before leaning down and whispering something in his ear. And then stands up and looks at Ina and Marathon. Is like, "We will be leaving in the next 10 minutes.
Excellent.
I see to Hunston's grave before we left. He will be fine here. It will be peaceful for him here. Now, Izzy, once you finish shoveling all that into your face, why don't you go grab your bag?" And Izzy sort of looks up like proper like hamster cheeks on him and jumps off and runs down the corridor off to one of the rooms to get his bits. So yeah, so what are you guys doing? Is Aylar coming back at all, or? Okay.
I don't think Aylar will be coming back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I think after 10 minutes we would leave and we'll go and grab you. Like,
no, we'll just leave him.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Whilst
Maybe not.
so Genlar pops outside. He's
Okay.
started taking the bags and other supplies outside of the house, just propping them up so that they're ready to go. And
Genla, what's
Fen
the...
has also stepped outside.
Pardon?
Fen has also stepped outside,
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah, Genla, what's going on?
I am just making sure we have all the supplies we need. There are supplies on the ship, but as I said, we need to move under nightfall to actually to get to the boat. We need to go to the north of the island.
How much in a hurry are we?
I think we're okay at the moment. I have not seen anyone on the tree line, and I'm pretty sure Charisse or Ayla would have said something if they'd seen someone coming our way.
How far is it?
Not far, a day's journey. Fen will be leaving slightly after us. I want him to cover our tracks.
Can he do that?
He's a wolf. He can sense tracks. He can destroy them as much as sense them.
Okay.
He will meet us at the boat. We will not be leaving without him.
Good.
But he will be behind. So, and whilst you're discussing this, you hear a scream. An ear-piercing scream coming from inside the house.
I run inside.
Yeah, what?
I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah,
it's,
Charisse is.
easy.
Yeah.
You can hear Izzy screaming, and he seems to be in one of where the bathroom was, and he is screaming, he is panicking, he is drumming on the door, and he's like, I can't get out.
Can I?
I ripped the door open.
Yeah.
Can you roll a strength for me, please?
Yeah.
Oh, please. 21.
You crash through this door, and you see Izzy. Where the mirror was, it's like black has started. It's gone completely black, and black is leaking out.
I smashed the
It is
mirror.
leaking into every crevice
Ina, no.
around the walls, and it is as if it's spreading over the walls, the floors, the
Okay.
ceiling, and you can see Izzy. He's obviously touched something, and there is black.
I grab Izzy and try to pull him away from that.
You manage to.
Okay.
You pull him away, and I'm assuming you guys are heading out.
Yeah, I push him to Charisse and I try to pull out the door and cover. No,
Yeah.
actually, I wanna.
No, I want to examine that.
It is seeping across the room towards you. It is branching out into
Yeah.
the corridor, and Izzy's going, "Don't let it touch you! Don't let it touch you!"
Charisse quickly examines Izzy's arm before dropping it very lightly, giving it a very small squeeze, and go, right. Ayla and I have seen this before back on the mainland. Everyone downstairs out of this house now. This
Okay.
cannot be good.
I want to try to quickly pull out the door and cover as much as I can to maybe slow it down. I'm not gonna be able to stop it, but slow it down at least.
Okay, so has Charisse, Warathlian, and Izzy?
I've
left?
taken Izzy by the hand and I'm running down the stairs and out the door.
Are there more than
with
one?
him.
Should I roll?
It's not that there's more than one. This is like a black liquid that is seeping.
No, my question is it more than one floor?
Oh no,
Sorry,
this is a one floor house.
I just picked stairs. I don't know why I did. Yeah, I'm just
Well,
running through.
Once you run out, I will try to pick up people's stuff.
Okay, you can pick up stuff as you go through. As Ina is closing, you close the door behind you. Can you roll a strength for me, please?
Yeah.
Also, our stream boss Isriver comes in to give Izzy a disadvantage, and also asks if Izzy touched the black liquid, which I believe is true, right?
Asking for
It
a
is.
friend. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh no.
Me and Izzy
Okay.
are gonna be buddies for a very good reason very soon.
I think I clicked strength.
Good buddies.
Okay. I thought I clicked. Oh,
Oh,
there
there
we
you
are. Oh, 13. Oh no, Ina
Okay,
does
you
not
you
do
do
well.
you block the door. As you do, you are holding it shut, but whilst you're holding it shut, you see it's just seeping through all the joints in the door, every crack in the door, and it is slowly consuming every single wall. Are you still holding onto the door?
No, when I just try to place it like shove
Okay.
it back and then run away. Like I just wanna slow it down, basically.
It is seeping under the door. It's seeping
Yeah.
over the door, through the cracks, through the keyhole, through
Does it
all of
touch
these
me?
bits. It doesn't touch you, but it is spreading across the walls. And you notice it start to like bubble and pulse and
I
bulge at the sides as it's almost consuming the whole corridor you're stood in.
Okay, I ran away and just everyone out!
Ina, come on! What you doing back there? Hurry up!
Giving us time.
Well,
How did you deal
that-
with it last time? I can't remember.
what?
What
How
this?
did you deal with it last time?
What?
This is bad.
Israel's just sent you something, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or is it?
Okay.
You notice as the liquid sort of almost like tidal waves out of this room and bubbles pushing the door over, and the mirror floats past you all, and as Charisse glances down, she sees someone in the mirror. She can't quite make out who, but wink at her as she goes by. And
Shit. Oh, Alice has seen the thing. I grab Izzy's hand and I'm just pulling him away at the house.
Yeah.
Isriva, if we meet for real, be scared. Very afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, Charisse is just pulling Izzy's hand and just away from the house, like out of the house. She has wrapped her arms around him, and she's almost she's wrapped her arm around him. She's basically almost half carrying him away. Like, Izzy, let me look at your arm, darling. Are you all right? Everything's all right. All right, we're out of the house. It's going to be all right. We're heading for the boat now. Yes.
It burns. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why.
And she puts him down and then kneels down to examine his arm with her hand, and sort of tries she casts one of the dancing lights to get a better look at the ooze.
Ina, who is Ina and Morathlian are the last two to leave the house. You notice eyes are in the darkness, and it looks like the darkness is slowly forming into limbs that are trying to crawl out of this
Ew.
and move out of it. So if you guys burst out the front door, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ina's probably gonna go last and make sure everyone's out. Like, go and try to push them out.
Okay, Genlar, who is already outside with Feng, because they're searching the bags, like, are you okay? What's what? And as he says this, it's like a huge black bubble almost comes through the window and just pops. And Genlar sort of looks at it and it's just like, move now, and he starts scooping things up. And Fen runs over to Charisse and he's like, pass me Izzy now.
Okay, and yeah, she passes him and just gathers up her robes and everything and follows Fen.
And they tear off, and Fen is running. He's fast ahead, and so is Genlar, and I'm assuming Ina as well, because he's very fast. And Genlar calls back. He's like, where is Aylar? We need to leave now.
I send one of my dancing lights up into the air as almost like a little beacon, and it shimmers there for all of 3 seconds before sort of dissipating in the air.
So Aylar in the trees near the house, he was already heading that way. We'll just be looking to see what's going on. What can he see from like the trees just outside?
You can see lights jump up. It's mainly that you can hear them screaming and shouting, and sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. You can see them shouting. You see Fen running with Izzy up front.
I will jump onto the roof of the house.
Okay. They're running away from the house.
Uh-huh.
Did
I'm just gonna get on top of the house and just check things out from there.
Okay.
Did you hear what happened?
As you do this, you see the outsides of the house and the insides through the window are starting to be consumed by this black, thick slime.
So like consumed as in climbing up, or consumed as in the house is
Climbing
coming down?
up.
Oh.
No.
Can I
Ah.
see this?
Yes, you can. If you peer back
I
briefly.
probably wouldn't jump on the house then.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just about to say, like, do you know what's going on?
Is it like it's consuming everything in the way that it's spreading out, like taking over? How vines would climb a wall.
I guess I'll start sprinting through the trees, Assassin's Creed freestyle, towards the group.
Okay. And you catch up with them pretty quickly. You are a fast person.
Sharice is sort of thrown back ahead and, oh, thank God you're here. Right, to the boats then, yes?
Yes, let's go.
Indeed. Izzy?
You all... Sorry.
He'll be fine. Let's get him aboard.
Yes.
Still a day away.
He's like, I'm fine, Aylar, it's fine.
Let me see.
He sort of just shows you his arm, and it's just down to here, just above his elbow, and it seems to be steaming.
Does it burn?
No, like he says, and he's like, it's fine.
Izzy, is it still growing?
No, it doesn't seem to be, but it really hurts.
Can I grab his arm just above the elbow and see if the black is moving at all?
Yes. Can you make I'd say a medicine check, actually.
I do still have a nat 1, Alice.
Oh, God.
Not saying I
Okay.
need to use it now, but I'm just letting you know.
No, I don't think you need to use it on this. Okay. You look at it and you see that it doesn't seem to be seeping any higher, but the
Ooze.
the ooze itself is making like the skin bubble, if anything.
Can I
it's
do an
like it's
Arcana check and determine
into-
what kind of ooze it is?
You can do an Arcana check.
Okay, can I do one as well, if that's possible?
That's 14.
Okay, you know what it is on a 14 or a 23. There you are. It just seems to be, it's not like an ooze or a sludge of anything of any kind. It's like something has latched itself onto Izzy and it's being absorbed into his arm, and you can see his arm coming back to normal, but his veins are channeling black,
Chop it off.
and
No.
his fingertips are turning black.
Oh,
And he's looking at it just like he's breathing very rushed.
Ina,
You guys left
E-
the house. You guys are running. You are out of the initial danger, and you have fled into the woods. Skenlar and Fen have led you into the woods.
Okay.
Ina, can I borrow your sword?
Wait, Ayla, we need to bind it before we do anything else. Let's not jump to conclusions here. There may be a way to reverse it.
What? Why would he do that?
Shh, it's all right, darling. Just keep breathing, all right? Can you do that for me? Just one tiny thing. Just breathe, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, you are doing absolutely wonderful, darling. And she turns to Genla and sort of, Genla, and inclines her head towards the arm.
Genlar's just like, he looks over and shakes his head. He's just like,
And then with that, Sharice then just sort of turns to Ayla instead and kind of, what do you need me to do, Ayla?
Get him a stick to bite on. Ina, can I borrow your
I can-
sword?
I can put him to sleep.
no,
Yeah.
Will he stay asleep through an ordeal?
I
don't want to be put to sleep.
No, darling.
No!
It wouldn't be.
You're right,
Oh.
Izzy. You are brave. I'd like you
Yeah.
to take this stick and bite down on it because
What are you going to do?
we're going to save your arm.
How?
Okay.
How?
By removing the hand, Izzy.
It's not just the hand, Ayla.
So you remove my hand, it won't get me.
Yes.
Izzy wriggles out of Fenn's grasp and walks over to Aylar and looks at Aylar like square in the eyes, and he's just like, and just offers out his hand.
I'm gonna.
No one else
Okay.
touched me.
I'm gonna give him. There must be a stick or something around here that he can
You're
bite
in
down.
a woods. You
Yeah.
can find
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a stick. Ina, can I take your sword? A rapier isn't designed for.
Yeah. Do you want me to do it?
No.
Or do you want to
No, I.
do it?
It's more than just his hand, Ayla. I will
It's-
point that out.
Sure, it's gonna help
Well, hopefully it's only the arm
You
and
see
not the
his
rest of it.
fingertips- His fingertips are the things that have
We
turned
Right.
don't have
over.
time. Just pass me the sword.
Okay.
Let me do this quickly.
Okay,
Oh, Karen.
Sharice has turned away, just sort of tugging her hood further.
I'll hand you the sword and I hold Isu.
Izzy is holding on to Taryn very tightly. Taryn is
Oh no, no,
on him.
no, hold my hand. Like,
No, not in a not like in a squish it sort of manner.
No.
Look,
Aylar's gonna.
you can see Izzy is crying, but he's trying to keep a stiff upper lip. His lip is dropping, and he's looking over to like Warathlian and Ina and the others, and he's just like,
Be brave, Izzy. Be brave.
will it be okay afterwards?
Yes, it'll be fine afterwards.
He's
Aylar's-
not dying.
Aylar's gonna take his belt off, and he's going to wrap it around the arm at the top and squeeze it as tight as he possibly can, and then give the strap to Ina to pull tight.
yeah, I do that.
And then I'm going to take Ina's sword and slice the arm just above the elbow.
Okay, you do so easily. As you raise the sword up, you see Izzy like close his eyes and squint, and as you do, none of you hear the sword fall because of the scream Izzy makes as this happens.
So I'm still holding that belt tight. Can someone heal the stump?
That's my plan. I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Okay, so Warathlian, how are you doing this, and what is Warathlian feeling right now? Is he approaching Izzy? Is he kneeling down?
Well, do I need to touch him?
No, but are you like bending down, like in a comforting way? Yeah. So Warathlian, are you kneeling? You're kneeling down, and Izzy is looking at you. He doesn't want to look at his arm at the moment.
I need to determine how much I heal.
Which arm is it?
It's his
Healing word.
right arm.
Was it the one he was practicing the sword with earlier?
Yes.
Well, Izzy, it's a good thing you only began learning the sword today. Now you can learn with the other hand much easier.
He's like, uh-huh.
Let's get him to think about something else, shall we?
7 HP he heals.
Okay, Warathlian casts, like he holds his hand and it casts a light, and Izzy sort of winces again as it's almost like a fire is sealing the wound.
Have I stolen any alcohol recently from the house?
Yeah, you
had
did stop.
loads of alcohol.
Yeah.
Yes, I had tons and tons. Do I still have it after that whole ordeal with the dungeon?
You have some fine whiskey.
Warathlian grabbed everything and they were already unloading.
Fantastic.
bags,
So
things like
I'm
that.
going to take the whiskey and just be like, now, Izzy, this is going to be horrible, but you're going to drink it, okay? And I'm just gonna shove it in his mouth like a bottle for a baby.
Okay, and he's like, he hasn't got the choice, but he is downing it, like he is, and he's pulling a face because it tastes really sour and horrible.
It's gonna
He coughs
burn
his
like
blood.
hell.
It does. It is now. His throat feels like it's on fire, and he's coughing and spluttering as he pushes it away. And he has drunk a fair amount, and it's like his eyes sort of roll a little bit, and he just falls back.
I'll catch him. I was expecting that when I started feeding him alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch him and just hold him close and just carry him.
He has passed out.
I sort of glance down to the now decapitated arm and sort of, we should wrap this and discard it somewhere.
Okay.
Fire might be the best way.
Indeed. And with that, I bring a small flame into my skeletal hand.
Ayla, can I have my sword back?
He would have dropped it.
Okay, I'll take it.
So I'll have tended to the arm, and it's sort of wrapped it up in maybe some stray sort of linens or fabric, and set it alight. Watched it burn very quietly. And then I'll have turned to sort of Genlar and sort of... Where to next, Genlar?
So at this point, you walk for a couple more hours, and Genlar has started to set up a camp. It's the early hours of the morning. It's not quite light yet, but he's like, I believe the boy needs some rest, proper rest. Not only has he got to deal with what happens when he wakes up, but I believe his head is going to be pounding when he does.
Right.
It was the right thing to do. Genlar looks over at Ayla like, you did the right thing. And sort of just pats Ayla on the shoulder and walks on.
Let's hope it was enough.
I'm sure it was.
It's that liquid again, Ayla. It seems to follow us wherever we go. And I saw a slightly familiar face in that mirror.
Who?
Anything you recognized?
I couldn't make it out, but when Genlar said we were running out of time, he was absolutely correct. From now on, I think we need to stay even more cautious than before.
Second that.
And although it is prudent of some of us, including myself, to sometimes distance ourselves, I believe that it would be beneficial if we tried to stay together as much as possible.
And no shiny objects are well, I guess.
I'd rather not anyone else get hurt anymore.
Indeed.
Does everyone... Sorry, go on.
Are you alright, Ayla?
It doesn't matter whether I'm all right or not right now. We have to look after Izzy.
Yeah, I don't care. Are you alright?
For Izzy, right now, yes, I'm fine. What is our plan?
Get to boat.
Then shall we?
We need to allow Izzy to rest.
Yeah, it's not safe to stay here, but I don't want to risk.
He doesn't have the stamina as well as any of us. We can't risk infection or anything of the like.
He shall not be infected, don't you worry.
And I can carry him quite capably to a boat. Where
We all can carry him.
I'm already like cradling him like a... I can carry him. This is fine.
All right. And with that, I'll sort of rise up and I'll go and fetch Genlar then. And sort of head off in the direction that Genlar's gone.
Apparently, Fen is a wolf. He is sat. He's a huge wolf, but he is sat around the fire and sort of almost protectively around Ayla, but keeping a distance. So it's like he's almost trying to protect both Ayla and Izzy here. So, Sharice, you see Genlar, and he's run up a sort of hill. There is a hill that is going upwards, and he's stood at the top looking out.
I'll join him at the top and sort of quietly approach him slightly just behind and to his left.
Is the boy all right?
Still asleep.
That's probably for the best.
It is. But I believe Ayla is... and I sort of pause for a moment, and he's obviously very protective of Izzy,
Obviously.
and I believe he wishes for us to move on. He's quite happy to carry Izzy, and I understand our journey to the boat may be slightly treacherous, but I do agree with him on...
And he
No?
points and looks over the hill, and you can see another shoreline. And you see a boat.
Well, I
It's
believe
ready.
everyone is ready to move out, yes.
I wish to move quickly. And he runs back down the hill.
Yeah, I'll follow. But before I run, can I look over the horizon? Can I see any darkness?
No.
Okay.
And Genlar enters the camp again. And he's like, okay, guys, we're going now. Get up. Warathlian, I'm going to need you to help me carry the bags.
Obviously.
Fen. And he sort of looks. And then Genlar looks over to Alar and says, you can take him. You can run faster. So Genlar is indicating to Alar that Fen can take Izzy so that Alar can run faster.
It's fine, I've got him.
Okay. He doesn't push that any further. And
Mind you, getting away from the shadow. The distance might sever the bond, if you want to call it like that.
I do not know how it works, but it could be worth a try. Either way, the boy has lost his arm.
Yes.
If Alar knows the way to the boat, he's not going to assume he's carrying anything else. He's just going to start walking.
Yeah, okay, so Alar just keeps striding forward. Genlar is scooping up some bags and loading them onto Warathlian, and he himself is scooping up bags and putting them on himself and onto Fen. What are Charisse and Ina doing?
I'll probably have started already to follow after Ayla.
Yeah, I'm probably staying close to Ayla.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all head off, and you are, unless there's anything in particular you want to talk about, you can see the boat on the horizon as it is.
Okay, I think we just carry on. Like,
Okay, you run towards the boat. Genlar has started to sprint ahead of you to loosen the boat's ropes and things like that. And this is almost like a small ship. This is fairly big. There, as you climb on board, you see it full, like kitted out with supplies, and there is like a couple of rooms below deck where there are beds and bunk beds and things like that, and the sun is starting to come up.
Charisse is... Yeah, sorry, go on.
Ayla will probably stroll on with Izzy still in arm, take him down to one of the bunk beds and just sit with him.
Okay, so you lay him down in one of the main bedrooms. I'm guessing you would have probably found the coziest one you could.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in a double bed, what would probably have been like a captain's room. Genlar and Fen are just starting to load on the last of these supplies. You guys getting on board?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Fen hops on board, still in wolf form, and settles down. And you cast off. So, as you guys are, you sort of drift for a bit, and Genlar takes the helm. And he seems to know where he's going. And there is a silence as you drift away from this ever-growing darkness that you can see behind you.
Showing the island? Or...
You are leaving the past isles, the northern.
Yeah, but I mean, the darkness that consumed the house, is it consuming the island as well?
You can't see anything. It looks like it was not necessarily consuming the island. You do see the forest is darkening, but not from like a black liquid or anything like that.
Alright. Would like to check on the kid, see how he's doing.
Okay, so you head down the steps and you see Aylar sat on a stool beside the bed where Izzy is laying.
Is he breathing alright?
Yes, he'll be fine. I guess he is looking fine, isn't he?
He is looking fine. The colour is returning to his face, and if anything, he rolls over, like groaning a little bit, and his eyes slowly start to peel open. And he tries to sit up using his right arm, but falls because it's not there.
That's long.
And he sort of looks down at his arm. He looks more scared than he does upset.
Now, the first thing we are going to need to do is get you swimming again, because you're going to need to build up them muscles and get used to the lack of the hand. Secondly, we'll start training with the sword nearly every night, and your voice will still need some work, Izzy. And thirdly, you need to eat. You've lost a limb, and that means you're going to be weaker, so you get to eat double rations for the next few days.
Izzy pulls himself up on the bed and shuffles forward and literally just reaches out his, arm and a half to Aylar to sort of ask for a hug. He looks quite sad, but he's just like, I don't know why, because it's my arm I lost. I've got a really bad headache.
It's probably blood loss, Izzy. We'll get you a drink.
No, I don't want any more of that stuff.
Oh, no.
The food is your mentor, and I go and fetch some food for him.
Thank you, Waraflian, and I'll give Izzy a hug and just be like, that is a headache that you will learn about as you get older. For now... suck it up, I suppose, Izzy. There is no cure for this headache. You just have to wait and see if it kills you or not.
Boat now.
Sorry?
Are we on a boat now?
We are. We are getting away from that horrible shadow.
Can I go see the sea?
We could probably moor up so you can take a swim if you like.
Okay. I don't know how well I'll swim.
And Aylar's just going to wander out on deck, still carrying Izzy. He's going to walk over to the where the anchor is weighed. He's not going to speak to anyone. He's just going to kick the anchor so it falls and the boat lurches to a halt, whether it's in full sail or whatever. He doesn't give a fuck.
As you do that, you make Genlar jump, who is not looking at this, and in fact he sort of turns slightly because he falls as you drop this thing, and he sort of stumbles onto the floor and then quickly jumps back up again as if to brush himself off, like, I hope no one saw that sort of
Did I see it?
I think you all saw it. Probably not Aylar, because Aylar did not care. But
I give him a thumbs up.
he's like,
God dang it.
he doesn't really know what that means to him, so...
I'm going for a swim, I shall announce, and jump backwards off the boat with Aylar, with Izzy in my arms. Just jump.
Don't forget the row.
No ropes, no ropes. We're just swimming.
Okay.
And I'm going to get in the water, and I'm not going to let Izzy flail too much. I'm going to
He
help
panics
him.
a little bit, but he does manage to keep above water and tread water.
You're going
And
to need
you
to
notice
compensate.
He starts swimming on his side.
Yes. Probably for the best. Use your legs to keep yourself afloat now, and just use your arm as a rudder. Try and steer.
It aches.
It will do.
How long will it ache for?
What kind of ache is it?
Like
And he sort of smiles, thinking of something quite cocky. He's just
Like the ache when someone chops your arm off kind of ache.
Yes, that's a bad ache, that one. I imagine what's going to be worst is the itch.
Itch?
Mm-hmm.
Why would it itch?
It's a good question. Sometimes when you lose a limb, you could still feel your wrist itching, even if you don't have one.
Oh.
And that's going to annoy the hell out of you.
And he sort of tries to look at this like stump of an arm. And you noticed he's swimming quite well. He's treading water very well. And he sees Ina walk past on board the ship, and he's just like, Ina, and he's trying to wave with his like stump. He is waving at you, but just not. He's like, look, I can still swim. He disappears briefly, but gets back up like.
Okay. Oh, you're doing great. And she's like, you don't need a rope.
He's like, no. And he's just bobbing along, basically.
And she looks at Ayla. How about you, Ayla? Should I toss the rope?
Ayla is just sort of floating more than swimming. He's not
Okay,
a strong swimmer. That's the reason he put the anchor down. He's just...
Yeah, I'm actually gonna pull up the anchor because we are still in a hurry.
Charisse has got water walk cast like heart, like basically just brimming in her hand, just leaning on the side of the ship, waiting to use water walk so they can get back on.
Come
Just
on,
giving-
Izzy, I think Ina's impatient. Shall we get back on the boat?
That with one arm.
Sorry?
How do I do that with one arm?
Well, how would you do it with two arms?
I climb.
So how are you going to do it with one arm?
Climb?
There you go. Easy, really, when you try. Off you go.
Okay, so hang on.
I like how he
I'm
lost
gonna
his
roll
arm.
with disadvantage, so
He lost his arm like 2-3 hours ago, and you're like, start climbing, boy.
okay. Rolling with disadvantage, he gets like halfway up, and then realizing he has to sort of let go of one to do it, he falls back in about 3 or 4 times.
I threw my rope.
Okay, he swims over and he grabs onto the rope, like wrapping it around his arm.
And I pull him up.
You pull him up. That's.
And then I give him a ball of whatever food we got.
Oh, what? Sorry.
And then I give him a ball of food with whatever we got.
Ah. So that he sort of jumps up on board and he's like,
Ayla said I could eat more now.
Yes, you shall eat. Hence the food.
and he shovels that in and then goes over to the side and continues to eat. Ayla, are you getting back on the boat?
Oh, yeah, Ayla is just going to climb up casually.
Yeah.
I don't know why I bother saying he does things casually. Pretty much everything about Ayla is casual.
Assume nothing else.
Yeah, swagger up there. But yeah, so it's quite a quiet moment on deck. What is everyone doing? How are they occupying themselves?
I'll probably stood next to Genlar actually.
Yeah.
Just sort of observing the sort of the scene before me on the boat, whilst my head keeps turning around to just check the sky.
Okay, and Baratheon, what are you doing, and what is Baratheon feeling as well after this?
I'm not entirely sure what he feels, but he's going to sit next to Izzy and eat as well.
Okay, so just sort of keeps close to him,
Yeah.
keeps an eye on him. And Ayla, what is Ayla up to?
Ayla will be keeping an eye on Izzy. But
From a
seeing...
distance, or?
Yeah, he doesn't want to coddle him. You know, maybe also, if he finds time, speak to each of you individually. He'll speak to you each individually and be like, don't let him try and do things for himself. Don't. I know he only lost his arm a little while back, but let's not get him into the habit of feeling like he's incapable because he has one less limb than he used to. Or things of that sort of ilk. Just trying to generally say to the guys, like, don't, you know, he can manage this. He's still perfectly capable.
Yeah, sure.
At some point, he'll talk to whoever, whenever Izzy's not near them.
How's Ina doing? And how is Ina feeling as well?
Okay, yeah, Ina's feeling kind of... Yeah, she's not super happy, she's kind of down, but... She's probably not... To be fair, I think Ayla is probably worse than Ina is. Maybe. I don't know. Feels like it. And Ina is probably gonna have a meal with Marathlian and drinking and just trying to keep a conversation going.
Okay. As Charisse looks up into the sky, she was surveying the sky itself, she can see the cloud from where they came from has almost covered the whole island. The island is almost a speck in the distance, but you can see. And then something else catches your eye, which you blink a couple of times, even though you don't have eyelids, but you blink a couple of times, sort of trying to figure out if this is something you actually see, and you see around 12 dragons fly above you, as normal seagulls would, just passing over.
I sort of go, Gela?
Yes. And he sort of looks up. He's like, yes. You'll see.
Well,
those,
are they friends of yours?
I wouldn't say they were my friends, but I've seen.
You know of them.
I know of them. The further north we'll go, the more you will see.
And are we in any danger from them?
I wouldn't say so. They would have attacked us by now if they were.
Very well. Well, I'm sort of standing here being a little useless. Is there anything you need?
I would love a beer.
Then a beer you shall have, sir. And with a very small bow.
And he's also see, we can be friends even after everything that happened.
Well, you were the one that told me to try not to hang on to my memories. No matter what I was, that isn't who I am now.
Do not forget what you know. Just don't.
Oh, trust me.
Oh,
I don't think...
Thank you, Isriva, for that donation. When Ayla dropped the anchor while the boat was moving, a small crack appeared in the hull.
Well, good thing I've got water walk. I literally fucking I looked at the spells. I was like, I'm fucking getting water walk. I know where this shit's going. Anyway, well, I'm certainly not going to forget the memories that I do recall. But
do you remember Magnus as the man he was and the man he became?
Flurries, little fragments.
What do you?
All I remember is a doctor who helped me when I was ill. And
he was a caring man at one point.
And
suffering make us all choose dark paths.
And then the next thing I know, I was his apprentice, and I'd chosen a much darker path. But like you said, I sort of pause and look around at sort of the ship full of sort of the party, and although it may not be proper, I believe I shall keep my sister's name. More of a ideal of who I would like to be, as you have told me, and as
So
I've learned, she was a better person than I.
To call you Charisse.
You can call me whatever you like. I will still answer to
If you
Charlotte.
want me to do that, I will settle for Charisse.
I will still answer to Charlotte, but Charisse is who I would like to be.
Then I shall call you Charisse.
I'll get you that beer. And with that, I turn away.
Okay. So an hour or so goes by, and you feel as if the boat is tipping slightly on one side. And it's like the boat's suddenly gone quite sluggish. And Genlar is shouting down, he's just like, I don't seem to have control anymore. Did any of you see anything?
Can I
No.
Can I peer over the side and do a check? What perception?
Perception, yes.
I can go and have a look, and she's actually gonna look around the boat.
Okay.
Ba-bam!
From both of you, please.
Pew.
Pet 3. We're on a boat. Guys, we're on a boat.
You're on a boat with the man your man could smell.
Ina has.
Is that a problem,
realized
girls?
She is on a boat. She has also realized it is made of wood.
It's progress.
Charisse, however, sees not a hole, but you can see where water seems to be drawing quickly towards the boat.
We've got a crack in the hull, Genlar. That may be the problem here. It needs fixing right away.
Right. Okay.
I got a question though. My cantrip mending, should it work on this?
I think that's purely on people, is it not?
No, the spell repairs a single break or tear in an object.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Yeah, but how big's the object? Because the ship is
The-
quite a big object.
This is yes, it's objects. So that's the question.
Okay. Because it's quite big, I will get Warathlian to actually go over the side of the ship and has to assess the damage. And...
As he does so, could I please cast water walking on him? I want to use that spell.
You are so ready with that.
Do I need
spell.
to
I'm
call-
ready.
Check on something?
Ready.
Okay, so you step into the water, or well, you sort of stumble and fall on, but realise you can stand.
But I thought I leaned over, not I didn't. I thought I fell over.
You
Fell
can't see
over.
it from leaning over.
Ah, okay. I need to step on water. Okay.
So you are, I'm assuming, holding onto the side of the boat.
Yeah.
And almost gliding across the water's
Water
surface.
surfing.
And you
Ah.
can see below the surface of the water a crack. It's looks like where maybe the anchor has come back up and caught in the side and ripped a hole
Okay.
up the side. Not a huge hole, but it is definitely
Yeah.
there.
There's a description. You may assess if it works or
Oh, I
not.
see. Okay. Yeah, I'd say that's fine. Yeah.
It's enough. Do I need to roll something, or is it just casting?
I think unless it says so, I think you just cast.
Yeah, casting in 1 minute. So
So you guys managed to, or Warathlian manages to seal up this hole. You do feel as though the boat is still almost like half sunk inside.
we need to pump water. I guess.
Right. Well. Anyone got
He
a?
jumps up. He's like, so what's happening?
Perhaps we could give you a job, little one, if you are up for it.
Okay. Ayla, am I allowed?
It would give the boy something to do, Ayla, and it's not too strenuous on him.
Have fun, Izzy.
Okay.
Warathlian, do you want to take him?
Sure, why not? I climb him on board again, I guess. Before
Yep.
anything
Yep, you
else.
have clambered on board.
You're welcome, by the way. Now,
A
have
very
fun.
handy spell, I would say.
Oh, isn't it? She's very pleased with herself, just sort of, oh, well, isn't it? Sort of, well, have fun shoveling water into a bucket.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, you called me darling. Oh, well, that's interesting. All right. And she just kind of goes off like, you called me darling? He's never called me darling before. What's happening? Okay. Right.
So Fen has also rushed down below, and he's just finding anything he can to scoop out the water. Izzy is following him. It is more Fen filling up buckets and handing it to Izzy, who happily runs up.
Yeah,
and
Ina is probably gonna
Side.
assist as well.
There are limited buckets, so Izzy does hand you the bucket, and he runs to find a mug. and just start shoveling little mugfuls of water out one of the little
Okay,
windows.
cool.
It is hard work. It is. You are there for a good 2 hours just trying to get all this water out. The boat is sealed and you see it start to level up again. And seems to be all good and fine. And
After 1 hour, Ina is gonna go to Ayla and like, I am exhausted. Can you
all that
cover-
strenuous labor you keep doing, I really don't recommend it.
please, Ayla.
Please.
Please go and empty the water.
Oh yes, certainly, yes. I suppose I should play my part in this, shouldn't I? Because I'm almost certainly going to be better at extricating the water than Cerise will be. And,
yes, thank you, Ayla. How's that tan coming along, by the way? I see you've not moved from your spot for the past several hours.
He sort of like looks at the rum bottle that's half empty. He's like, yes, the tan is coming on well.
Oh, thank you. She takes it. Can I take it?
She sort of goes,
thank you, and I hand you the bucket and like.
Shuri's kind of like places her hand on Ina's back and goes, "Oh, Ina, you poor thing. You've been working so hard, harder than anybody here. You deserve a rest." And she almost places, and she takes her hand and gives Ayla a slight shove off his seat and places Ina upon that chair. Or wherever he is.
Okay, well, before this happens, can Ayla please make a Constitution saving throw if he's been drinking?
Haha, get right.
Getting drunk, yes.
Yeah, get him drunk.
I
He's so
still
bad.
have that nat 1.
Yeah, use it.
Yes, these always appear at the correct times.
Perfect.
Wait,
You are utterly smashed.
I push him off the chair there.
wait, can Adam choose when to use his natural
No,
one?
he's just reminding.
I
He's
just
reminding me.
remind her every time I roll.
Okay, good, because
She's gonna get
that's
you.
cheating.
Literally every time I roll, I'm reminding.
She's booking a
Okay.
flight. She's booking
I
a
also
flight.
have that one.
Ayla, you are out of it. You fall off the chair and stumble.
Oh, can I try and make a drunken performance check? Disadvantage performance to see if I can.
Disadvantage.
Obviously.
Okay.
Decent.
So you do fall off the chair, but you sort of stumble and quickly get up, try and strike a pose, but it doesn't come off very elegantly at all. You are obviously drunk, but you genuinely believe you have convinced these people you are fully drunk.
Sharice just almost like pulls it, like brings out her hand and just holds it up like that to Ina. And waits.
Sorry?
She.
I didn't catch that.
Sharice just holds out her fist like that for Ina.
Oh, I reply like instantly,
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro. Gotcha.
He's finally doing some work. Look at him go.
Sir, I will go and empty out the hull for
Absolutely.
You two clearly need to take rest.
Thank you, darling. And while you're there, why don't you dust every single wooden beam while you're down there?
Oh, fuck off, Cerise. You just stride down on the...
First, okay,
Sharice.
so as Ayla tries to, he does with the rock of the boat as well. He almost walks to each side very dramatically, but he does reach the steps and sort of, I'm assuming, grasp like very tightly to walk down.
No, he'll just stagger
I
down.
would like you to do a dexterity save then, please.
Of course.
I'm getting flashbacks from my birthday. Walking down the stairs, like, yep. Okay, let's do this.
There's gonna be a cake at the end for you.
Oh, how I wish.
I'll do it for the cake.
So Ayla does, again, very drunkenly, almost like leaning back as he walks down the stairs to keep his balance, but very sort of Jack Sparrow walks down the stairs and simply bailing water out. There's not much water left in there, but he's bailing it out with mugs.
Mugs.
Sweet. Okay.
Oh,
No, I don't think
heaven! Sorry. go on.
how are we getting the water out?
There are some portholes down there, and it's literally been a combination of people throwing water out of the portholes or running up on deck and chucking it out.
Is there any hose around?
Hose.
Oh, what?
Hold on, let me just look it up on my smartphone. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Slang.
Amazon order us a hose.
There is no hose.
It's a thing they're likely to have. We're on a boat.
Yeah.
I'll ask my drone to get me one.
I don't understand what's so fancy about a hose.
Hose. Never
They
mind.
are dirty-minded.
What? No.
I literally just mean
Don't
like a
mind
length of tube. That's all I mean.
Yeah, no, there's no length of tube. This
Okay.
is the room is almost completely empty of water.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I suppose he'll take his cup and he'll be like, throw one out the window. One for me, one for you.
Can
One
you
for
roll
me.
a sleight of hand, please?
That is something I can do.
With the disadvantage because it's
I was gonna say disadvantage
Yes,
because he's drunk.
State before we roll.
What do you think's gonna
So
happen?
basically, as you do that, you're bailing out the water, and as you do, you accidentally let go of one of the mugs, which shoots through the window. And as you come back, you can't quite work out where the mug has gone.
Losing the mug. I will suck up
Having
some
to be
water. I will go up to the pot and go,
This will take you 3 hours. I love that.
You can do that.
At this point, Charisse has almost descended the stairs and is just leaning against the wall, watching this with absolute delight.
Yeah, Ina is just drinking
We're
and
just,
watching
we're
it at the
just
same
watching,
time.
like,
I'm so happy of my work.
oh, it's wonderful, Ina. You really should do this more often.
since I am
Yeah.
frosting my face in the water, would I perhaps have a constitution save to try and not be so drunk?
I would say you are technically sobering up slowly.
What,
I
make a
thought it was
save
going to be
or
if
just
he
sober up?
drowned.
Sorry, what was that, Adam?
I am sober, or I'm sobering up, or
No, you're sobering to sober up if you roll Constitution save. Okay, so you're not like super sober, but you are a lot more aware of everything.
And I'll probably take a bucket like a sensible person then.
So you do this for maybe another half an hour. There was not much left, but the room is going to need to be left to dry out.
I will light a candle.
Yeah, you can light a candle if you want.
That'll warm it up.
Izzy wanders over to you, and he's just like,
Can I try reading one of those books, please? The one Auntie Ina really liked.
Yes, yes, indeed we can.
What book?
From the
From the library.
library, Ina.
Okay, I'm not gonna be mad. It's good. She's
Izzy
like,
walks up to Ina and is like,
You can read it with me if you want. Which would
Oh.
really help because I don't know what the words say.
I would really love that. She's super excited. Should I have a constitution saving throw? By the way.
oh yes, everyone who has been drinking. Well, so yes, Ina, you have been drinking. So
Oh boy.
16.
you're slightly tipsy, but not like enough to hinder anything.
Yeah.
We need to
The
test this.
contrast between these siblings, like. Yeah, so
Amazing.
you are absolutely fine, and Izzy wanders over to part of the boat and sits down and sort of indicates for you to, come over with him.
Oh, she opens the book and you can see like super excited, like once upon a time, and she starts to read.
Izzy is so into this book. He's a bit dozy. He doesn't sleep, but he is tired. And he's sort of leaning against Dina, just trying to look at the pictures and listen to what she says.
Yeah, she's actually gonna try to like explain words as she read and try to teach him how to read a bit. Like this is A and like B, and sort of like let him try to read a word and stuff like that.
He also looks over at Ayla, sort of like,
You said you were going to show me some words as well.
Yes, I will show you words that you can read if you like.
Okay.
And in the library, he would have indefinitely picked up a large book depicting the alphabet.
okay.
And he'll
So
be...
you sit down with him with this, and is Ina staying?
No, she will probably leave.
Okay.
And yeah, he'll be like, now then, open the first page. Apple on the left. Big A, little a, apple. This is an A. Can you make an A sound, Izzy?
Oh yeah. Ah.
A is for apple.
Apple. I know what an apple is. I eat them.
Good. So you recognize this letter, A.
Yes.
Good. Can you guess what this letter is then? There's a picture of a bee.
Please let him say, Ina just told me that's a bee.
Yeah. and Izzy sits forward. He's like,
B.
B.
But that's a B.
Yes, but B is made up of B, and then he goes across to E and goes, and two E sounds, which make an E.
So bear.
No. E.
B. B comes from bear.
1 second, and he's going to take a pen, and he's going to scrub out the B. And he's going to
Do you
draw...
have a pen?
He's going he must have something. He's going to draw either a bear.
a bear. Okay.
B. B is for bear.
What's its name?
Doesn't matter about its name.
It does.
Bramble.
So B is the bear.
Several months on.
Turn the page. C.
Is that Taryn? And he's looking at the cat that's on the other page.
It's a cat. K. K is for cat.
Cat.
Cat. And this will go on and on and
I was
on
gonna
as
say,
I just
so
explain
you
the letters.
guys sit there for quite a while, and things start to get dark. Genlar has weighed anchor briefly. He needs to just rest for a little bit. He figures to stay here. And so night falls. It is dark. You can still hear the waves of sea. It's quite a gentle sea, and there are lots of stars up in the sky as you guys rock forwards and backwards.
Ina is probably gonna continue to drink Ayla's rum.
Gonna keep on going.
She keeps on going.
Charisse has finally managed to take Genlar his beer and sort of passes it over to him. Sorry about the wait there. We had a couple of issues, but several hours later, here we are.
Well, I didn't hear what. Did you talk to me?
No, Genlar.
Kinla.
Yes, and he just takes it and he's like, "Thank you," and he just puts it to the side of him and continues meditating.
Would you like me to handle the boat if you want to go below deck?
No. We need a break, I feel. Keep a watch out for me, will you?
Absolutely. No problem here.
So, hours pass. Some of you are resting, some of you are drinking. Izzy sort of trying to copy Ayla. I'm assuming Ayla is meditating or something to that effect as well, or is he keeping a watch out?
Ayla will probably meditate, yes.
Okay. So, as this is happening, is anyone looking out to sea or anything like that?
I am.
You see a light appear, and it's almost like dancing lights. You recognize these. And you see someone on the sea walking towards you. They are not walking on the sea, they are walking on the air.
Can I go and sort of give Genla a hurried shake?
Again, Lars is just like, hang on.
Time is of the essence here, Genla. There is someone coming towards us, and by coming towards us, I do not mean on a boat. They are walking.
And his eyes sort of peel open. And he's just like, I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Someone is walking towards us, and they possess magic. Certainly magic akin to mine, for they are casting lights that are dancing in front of them, and my arm extends out to point.
Interesting. And he jumps up. And he runs over to the bow of the boat. And he's everyone up now.
What is
Ina's like, I'm up.
Yeah.
Genlar looks over and he calls out. He's just like, hello? Hello? And there is no answer. And
Let me handle this. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, Ian.
Why are you walking on the water towards us?
Can you roll a Constitution saving throw, please? You've been drinking.
Ina is a god. 15.
Okay, you're
Ina is a
tipsy-
god.
You're tipsier than earlier, but you are fine.
Ina is a god. I want that as a quote. There we go.
This shadow of a person walks closer. You can see it more now. It's almost like a black silhouette, and a smile spreads across.
Do I recognize this smile as a thing?
You do.
I take out my shield and sword.
Can I try and cast sleep on the figure?
You could try.
Okay, so that is a. Need to double check. I roll a 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. I think.
You can't click it.
So I'm a little confused how it works. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by this spell. So I think it's if they have more hit points than that, then they aren't affected.
The creature carries on striding.
Okay,
towards.
alright, listen. We don't want to fight.
Yes, we do.
I'm trying to convince him to turn around.
You know, he's not going to turn around. He's walked across the ocean, darling. He's not exactly taken a small coffee break.
Have you tried?
I-
What is it? Okay, she's gonna
Stop
continue.
fighting, both of you. This is Genlar jumping in, and he's just like, what do you want? And he's close enough now. He's by the bow. And you can hear, oh, Genlar, you're back. Come out of hiding, have we?
Perhaps I can introduce myself. I am Matthias Erasmus, and I am a trader of ice peppers, and this boat holds no Genlar. We are for holders full of ice peppers. I'm afraid you have come to the wrong place.
And this thing just smiles a little wider. It's a, Genlar, why has, your son has certainly turned out very much like you. You could use a bit more sense, though.
No sense going on here, love. Nope, this is an ice pepper trader, he says, picking up an accent.
How's it going?
Tree.
I'm actually gonna step in between the smiling man and Genla with the shield and like back off.
The smiling man is still outside of the boat.
Yeah.
And he starts to circle the boat. And you're
Can I-
in my land now. It's lovely to see you. I trust you met my Malum.
Yes, he was very friendly, wasn't he?
Oh, he is. Now, I hear you, Charisse, or Charlotte, or whatever it is you wish to be called. I hear you think I'm the Necromancer. Not going to answer?
I don't think you deserve one. I've certainly not been given any.
I wasn't asking, I was stating.
I mean, you possess some sort of power. That's obvious. Is it wrong to even dream of the possibility that you are of some sort stealing in necromancer powers?
Yes, I am much worse.
Can I throw a bottle at him?
You can. Can you do like a sleight of hand? I don't know. What would accuracy be?
Strength.
No.
No.
No, don't you. Nice try, Amber.
It would be. Are you a fighter?
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be
Dex.
Dex plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency. I'm gonna plus 3
Plus-
then. Whatever I throw. Come on.
Just do a saving throw with click in the dexterity.
Yeah, the dexterity. 3. Plus a 3, so that's 6.
Oh boy.
He's like, ah!
You throw it and it completely passes this creature by, and he sort of just watches it sail past him.
Can I try to catch it?
What? I'm not throwing it towards you.
It's,
Oh.
it's not.
Oh.
It's in the sea.
Yeah, no, I thought I was between.
No,
But
no.
he's still next to the boat, not on the boat.
I think Ina is kind of the closest to him.
This creature steps on board.
Do not dare to hurt anyone here.
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
I'm afraid you're not welcome here, my lover. You're gonna have to leave.
Where are you from now?
So what are your purpose here then? Did you mute Alice?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
muted,
you're
lovely.
muted.
Am I? I haven't.
Yeah.
There you are. There you
There you
are.
are.
No, I'm not.
There you are.
Now you're
There
Oh,
back.
we can hear you.
We just couldn't hear for a sec. Keep going. Keep going.
He just said, oh god, hang on.
Sorry.
So I'm here to collect someone. I'm not here to hurt or kill.
When I hear that, I run down. I run down. To EC.
Yeah, I stride towards this person, a flame conjured in my only arm, my only hand.
Can I walk towards it?
Yes,
Put a
Yeah.
conspiratorial arm around it?
your arm goes through it.
I run down to EC.
And this creature laughs and looks over again, laughs. I'm not here for the boy.
Okay, Ina stops.
She's still below, so.
If I was here for the boy, I would say I wasn't here for the boy either, you know?
No, I stay.
No one on this boat is going anywhere except for you. Leave us now.
Please demand this. What makes you think you can do it? Have I just left at your demand each time?
No, but it's always worth trying, isn't it?
Well, it's getting a bit tiresome now, so I'd save your breath. So, Ayla, shall we?
Okay, I step
Now?
it.
Sorry, first of all, my name is Matthias.
First of
Sec-
all, no, it's not.
Secondly, shall we what?
You will be coming with me.
As much as I hate to turn down a lady to what I'm sure would be a fantastic first date, I usually like to go to dinner first.
And this smiling man just broadens even more and looks over to Genlar and says, see, hiding him made no difference. What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna step in between. And just put my shield up.
I'm almost gonna take hold. I'm just gonna put a hand on Aylar's shoulder. My only hand. I'm just sort of, you are not taking him off of this boat.
Him, but Ina will do if that's what you would prefer.
You are not taking anybody. Neither of these people are leaving.
You used to be so much fun. What happened to you?
People change, unfortunately.
Well,
And I like who I am now, and I am telling you, these people are going nowhere.
you like who you are now. Gosh, well, someone should. So, are we going to do this by force?
I'm
going to do this the easy way.
Well, force is gonna be the easy way.
Okay. He.
Aylar standing there will sort of like put his hand through again, like, are you seeing this?
Freaking out. Like.
Just putting my hand through his arm.
This. So, in fact, let's roll initiative.
Oh, thank God,
18.
finally!
18.
I've not had a good initiative roll in forever.
This is my first ever good initiative roll.
Hey, I'm not pleased by that.
Okay, so
15.
it will go the smiling man.
Oh crap!
It will go
That
Ina,
bastard.
Aylar, Cherie. Sorry, what was yours?
We both got 15.
Oh, okay, and then both you two decide on that. Creature reaches out and holds its hand out to Aylar and rolls a 19. What is your armor class, Aylar?
Below that.
It is below that, yes.
Ooh, can I use... I have things against this. I have when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to give him disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, so I'll roll again.
Yeah.
16.
Hits.
Okay. So, Aylar, can you please take 11 damage and
Ooh.
roll a wisdom save?
I will take is it rounded up or rounded down damage?
I'd say I think it's rounded down.
This was down in D&D, isn't it?
I will take 5 damage as I uncannily dodge your attack.
And you need to beat the wisdom saving throw
Come on.
of
Still.
18.
Do you have a natural 20?
18.
Mm,
Made
nice. Okay.
So you feel like a bit like as if something's hit you, but you shake it off.
Okay.
So I sort of like dodge and
Brush it off.
That's the best you got.
Okay. So now it is Ina's go.
Ina has seen the... I don't know. You can't really hit him.
Mm-hmm.
So she's... I'm gonna try to not know what to expect, but I'm gonna take out the black orb
Okay.
and like hold it towards
You're
it, like
holding
do
it out.
something.
You're holding it out. Like,
Yeah. Not like grab it.
Not
like
like to his face.
wait, like waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
The smiling man backs off a little bit. He's like, "You bring a gift," and he holds out his hand.
Ina.
Oh,
And
she.
as he holds out his hand, it's like his hand starts to tremor.
No,
And you
I
see
I
the
hold it.
green light start to almost like almost like electricity, but green, starts running around the ball. And he's like, "Give it to me. Where
She
did you get such a precious gift?"
she She put it back in the pocket. I guess that's my action. She
Give
put it
it
back.
to me.
Come and take it.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
Right. So now it is between Rathian and.
Ladies first.
Okay. So I am going to almost I raise my arm up and point at the smiling man, and sort of darkness envelops me as from my black robes they almost tear off, and a spectral almost like a dark wolf dripping with darkness sort of growls next to me, and I need to roll initiative for him.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he'll be used on my next turn then. Damn, god damn it. Okay.
And Rathian, when is it? It is your go.
Yes, and I shall cast. Spear Guardians. So a DC 15 from him. I can do it.
Okay. Wisdom save. So,
Yeah.
what is this you are rolling for? So, are you attacking?
Yes.
Like, what are you attacking with?
Spear Guardians.
Oh, I see. Sorry, it didn't come up on my thing.
Yeah. You call 4 spears to protect you. They fly around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. If you are good or neutral, the spectral form appears angelic. When you cast this spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see that be unaffected by it. Any affected creature's speed is halved in the area. When this creature enters the area the first time on a turn, or start their turn, they must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creatures take 3d8 radiant damage. On a successful save, the creature takes half max damage.
15. What is the? Oh, hang on. It'll be anything.
So 15 was save.
It's a 15. Okay.
Yeah, so he takes
And
half
so
damage.
Half damage. Okay.
With a poor roll.
Okay. It rounds up, and the creature, I guess, the smiling man, leans forward, and he's just like, "Give it to me." Oh, and he leans forward. Do it. And then he sort of peers round and looks at Ayla again, and rolls out. Okay, and now. Right, I got a 17 again, so I'm assuming that still hits your.
I've not had a turn yet.
Have you not?
No, Ayla was supposed to go before us.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's after Ina.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Then.
But should he?
I would just
We'll
like
let
to
him go
walk around behind Ina and take a defensive stance behind her.
Okay. That's absolutely fine. So I'll roll it
Whoops.
again. 16. Does that hit your armor or?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and only 6 damage on that one. And can you please roll
3.
a save of 18?
God damn it.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. You feel almost like you're drunk again. Like you're trying to shake it off. You feel like you're staggering and you feel sick. And the others see this. You stagger backwards. And Izzy jumps up, seeing what's happened, and runs.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What is Izzy doing down here? I thought he was downstairs.
No, Izzy was up on deck,
What?
When?
Yeah.
because that's where you were reading to him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I change my action entirely then? I'll take Izzy downstairs. Like, what's he doing here?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry, I thought you all assumed it was up there.
No, no, no.
No, I thought he was below deck. Sorry.
No,
Um,
I did too. Get Izzy out of the equation. I do not want that kid doing anything stupid.
Okay, and okay, forget the roll I did then, because it wouldn't have happened. So Ayla, you're downstairs, and the creature goes towards Ina and rolls a 16.
I have 16, so yeah,
Okay.
that's a hit.
This creature leans forward and snatches. Hang on, let's roll a sleight of hand. Okay, I got a 19 sleight of hand. If you can beat that or get the same.
What's he doing? What's he trying to do?
He is trying to snatch the pouch where you discreetly.
I used my natural 20
Yeah.
to
Okay.
not.
As you do this, he misses as you move out of the way, but he does knock the pouch to the floor, and it floats down and lays empty.
Sorry, is it empty on the floor?
Yes.
Okay, so I assume he got it.
He smiles at you.
Not,
Shit.
not me always.
Yeah. Okay, so that was his turn.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Can I see it on him?
You can't see it anywhere on on his person. And he looks at you and it's just like, where is it?
Supplies.
I wanna. Okay. She says somewhere you can never find it, and she wanna attack.
Okay.
I wanna do my very effective short sword.
Okay.
Sword.
21, please.
You do hit it. It's as if it still passes through him, but it seems to have hurt. Like he felt it.
Yeah. And I wanna get really close to him when I do this as well.
Okay. He sort of holds his side and laughs slightly. And he said, perhaps this changes things. I did not know you had this in your possession.
Oh, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. Can I punch him?
Straight through. He backs off and he starts to walk away on the water. And you see a mist coming. He disappears into a mist that you see is coming towards you.
Oh, crap.
We're going to quickly flick down into where Izzy and Ayla are.
Oh,
Why didn't you let me help? I can.
because, Izzy, you have a much more important job to do. Now, these two orbs cannot be going anywhere near that creature. So you are going to stay down here and look after them.
The black one.
Don't touch it. You just
Why
have...
have you got my orb?
And that is where we will leave this episode.
You took my white rock!
Obviously.
What did I say about pickpocketing me?
It was an
Can I grow over again?
most importance.
Edgar!
It was! Like, the guy would have got it otherwise.
You literally held it out to him. I was like,
That's the thing! I said I don't hold it
No,
out
she
to
was holding
you.
it there. She
sorry.
was holding it in front of
Yeah,
Right.
it's not like here, take it. I
I was
just
just
said
like,
I'm
oh my
holding
God.
it and waiting for some magical swag to happen.
magical swag. I'm so annoyed I didn't get to use my.
And you're
wolf.
giving like the two most important stones to 5-year-old without, like, with one arm.
He's the perfect
Stupid.
choice. He's the perfect choice. Haven't you ever
Yeah,
read a
yeah,
book?
he's like the obvious
Don't.
choice. No
Come
one
on,
would
Ina.
suspect it.
Have you never watched a movie? Have you never read a book? Come on, he's the obvious choice.
I didn't get to use my goddamn wolf. Fuck. God damn it. I was so ready to use my wolf.
Okay, so shall we go around then, guys? I will go last because that is my thing.
Privilege.
I can't remember what order. Alice, do you want to do the wrap up? Because I don't remember what order you did it in.
It doesn't really matter, to be honest. So why not Baratheon? Ed. That's how much I'm into it now. Okay, Ed, you go.
Whatever. Yeah, it was a really good show. It's really funny when the father called Adar called him his made-up name, made him upset. Well, I find that hilarious. Poor kid, I guess. You don't seem to catch your breaks.
God damn it, Isriver.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Oh, literally. Isriver has been the sole person who has severed off limbs of several
Yup.
characters in both these campaigns.
Second limb is taken now, right? At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it was good. Emily, go.
Okay.
Go. All right.
I choose you, Ambly.
Yeah. As always, great job, Alice. Had a great time. Fun little fight going on that last round, and yeah, easy. But to be fair, we all saw it coming. Children and D&D doesn't really work, except for child armies.
Not
Apparently that's
not at least when I was in the chat.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. But yeah, Ina is still a drinking god.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
This has gone on for long, like a long
Yeah.
time.
And Ada can't see how old it is.
Oh, this is great. Yeah. I'm kind of upset that I used my natural 20 and still
No way.
managed to like hit the mud leather bag. So
Didn't snatch it though.
didn't snatch it, no. Okay, yeah.
Probably would have stayed there if there was still an orb in it.
Maybe.
Okay, and Ali, I guess.
No, I absolutely adored it. I loved sort of how Charisse is now developing into kind of a, all right, well, the past fucking sucked, but let's see what we can do with the
Time to
present,
move on.
basically. Yeah. I loved the tiny little thing she had with Ina.
Yeah.
Drunk Ayla and just sort of the fist bump, like, yeah, fucking, we finally got him.
Yeah.
Take that, you bastard. And I loved Genmar's character. The talk. I'm so glad she had that talk with him because I've been sat here for the week like Q&A session with Genmar needs to happen, so I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Amber said, I always thought there was something about little Izzy. Or maybe I've just been Edgared too much. But no, as always, leaves me with so many more questions than I had when I started, and I am so looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
And I got my own. Woo!
And Alice,
Strap.
beautiful wife, lovely DM.
I enjoyed this session. I liked how it started. I was quite pleased with, even though it was quite calm, not loads of action. But yeah, I liked that.
Role playing.
I also love that you guys already think that it's nothing innocent with Izzy. You don't know, it can be completely innocent, or it could be something else.
Totally
So I'll just leave that there.
You guys, anyway, let's do some. I've not done any commands or anything. Usually I'm doing commands while this is going on. Let's do them now.
Look at him go. Boom, boom, boom. I should really put my Twitch on there now.
You should. You should put your Twitch on there. I'll update it later.
That was fine, don't worry about it.
There you go.
Oh, you angel.
So that's everyone's links, guys. If you want to go and check out their content, which you should, because they are content creators that we love. I am Scraticus. If you want to come and be part of the one-shots that I run weekly, you need these links. Twitter, Discord, hit me up on those. Get involved and I will get you in a game. We're currently booking sessions about 2 weeks in advance. And I'm more waiting for people to come to me now than I am searching for people. So, Yeah, if you want to be on the list, hit me up quick. YouTube is where you can catch the rest of the series. I think I'm about 2 episodes behind, but you can certainly catch up with the start of the series. And also catch up with some of our more popular one-shots. Also, I am now... I have literally this week launched a Patreon where you can go and support me. We've had the Patreon live for just over 24 hours now, and we are at, I think, 90% of our first goal. So we've done incredibly well. Yeah, fantastic. So let us go and have a little Visitors Maximus. We are going to head over to a very good friend of the show. On Thursdays, I play on Encounter Roleplays channel, where I play City of Mists, and I am playing the character Dr. Hezekiah Shaw, who is a doctor in a sort of Gotham-esque, noir-esque sort of city. He's very organized and a little bit creepy.
A little bit.
Just a tad.
I don't like that guy.
We all know he's based on the fucking torture.
So yeah, we're gonna go head over to Encounter Roleplays channel. You can catch me there on Thursdays. They're producing high quality D&D all week, and well worth checking out. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Emotions. Bye.